The rebels are dead. Long live the rebels.
Out of the rubble of the 1916 Easter Rising, the first Irish dawn met in 1918 at Dullin's Market House to declare independence. With history in mind, disabled activists again gathered at the Market House to mourn and celebrate our recent fallen comrades, and regroup as rebels with the cause in September 2017. The day began with Hubert roll calling our recent dead.
In their names in our times. So the names in the title, which we refer to here today, are the names of people with disabilities who are very important and significant players within the disability movement and beyond, and who, with others, were responsible for shaping and transforming the way in which we, as people with disabilities, in our times, can now live in this country as we do today. We all know who they are, but I would still like to verbally mention their names as a testament to their work and to acknowledge the role which they've played within the disability community over the last 40 years. So their names were Martin Loughlin, Michael Corbett, Florence Dougal, Donald Toolan, Joe T. Mooney, Ursula Haggerty, and Dermot Walsh. These names were the names of our colleagues. They were the names of our mentors. They were the names of our peers. They were the names of fellow activists. And most importantly to me, they were the names of my friends.
Other activist Des Kennedy then identified our fallen comrades with the living, breathing needs of those gathered in the great round room where the Republic was born.
My next poem is very short, and it really, in some ways, while it is short, sums up for me disability. And it really is an allegorical poem which really asks you to imagine how a spider can live without a web, and what would have happened had the bird who had been promised Atlantis arrived to fly to see it there, and it didn't exist. So to me, disability is about the hungry spider that needs its web, and about the birds of hope that fly for rest. So words formed a lie. Words formed a lie, a pretense of normality when hunger's pain is the webless spider's fate, and a lost Atlantis keeps exhausted birds in flight. Thank you very much.
I live in Carrick-on-Shannon, County Leitrim. Well, I sort of couldn't avoid it in many ways. There's such a desperate need for everything to be advanced in terms of disability rights. They're very much bottom of the list in terms of human rights. The government has been sitting on the UN Declaration of the Rights of People with Disabilities for 10 years without ratifying it. Our services are being cut all over the place, which impacts on our just basic day-to-day living. So because I could make the journey, even though I didn't have the personal assistance support to do it, because I could get a train and, trundle across Dublin, I thought, well, yeah, I'll have to add my voice to this.
Artist Mary Duffy linked her struggle with the lived experience of other disabled people who are given her confidence to continue.
I longed to be connected and to learn from other disabled people just how we survive the daily injustices and fierce assaults that we encounter every day. For the first time in my life, I met other people who were interested in promoting an equality agenda and challenging assumptions about the experience of disability. These were real people with jobs and kids and lives, and they were interesting. I had found my tribe.
Institutional survivor and learning disability activist Paul launched his first installment of his biography, The First 25 Years, which is involvement in campaigning for rights.
And the other thing about it, that if I sell these books and then get more books to sell, I'm going to throw it to one side mainly and then get rid of all the old stuff and then think of the new future and then start on a new life and then a new book. Because last year was my first time ever living on my own. I went out and then I went and bought my own apartment. You're not going to help.
Alfred Susie seized the stage to call for new disabled people's Irish organisation, and the audience responded.
Our minister doesn't address disabled people or isn't even accountable to us. He spends most of his time visiting with and being led by parents and carers and services. There's lots of talk about ratifying the convention when we know that when it ever happens, the government won't be able or willing to fully implement it. It's now sadly completely normal for people to fundraise or beg for essential equipment. Our families and friends, instead of fighting for our rights, have turned to rattling the bucket to raise money for us. We can't blame them when politicians and others have encouraged a return to the charity model by denying us our rights and silencing our voices, never minding rattling the buckets themselves for the local day centre up the road, which they will campaign to keep open even though it's not fit for purpose and none of us want to be there.
And the primary issue is access to transport without having to give 24-hour notice on the train especially, really. And the other one is ratification. But the one that we're currently discussing in Clare is the issue of charity issue. And everyone has to discuss that within themselves and be able to move the issues of charity, accepting charity or working and collecting for charity. It's an individual thing people have to discuss and rationalise themselves. Okay.
Writer and new actor Sarah Fitzgerald performs a character piece written by herself and myself about a disabled woman stuck between two worlds, the mainstream and the special.
I came with it for a long time. You led me to believe that I'm not a perfect mother. I heard you, I called you, hiding in the corner, watching my living room, waiting for me to trip up. You know how good it feels to proving you wrong. special mention in the relationship between two worlds, the hard work of your anti-cynical society and the work that I know in the eyes of my daughter, Alison.
Inspirational.
Just a quick one. First of all, that disabled people are seen more as just disabled people than just disabled people. For example, we're also parents. So when facilities are being put in places for parents that are made accessible to disabled parents. For example, when you put a baby changing facility into an accessible toilet, please make it accessible to disabled parents.
We must take disability out of health services. We have to be seen as individuals in society, not sick or impaired in that sense, that we have rights and just not about illness and disability.
In one phrase we said that it should be needs, not cost, based on a person-centred need, outside the remit of health, because this isn't really a health issue. Disability is more about the remit of civil liberties and justice. Rather than look at it as a health issue, it's a civil liberties and justice issue based on person-centred needs and not cost.
Gerald Byrne, and I'm from Kilkenny. We might learn about our disability rights and what we, and about getting to know people more in the community about disabilities.
It was not about another organisation being set up, because we have so many organisations there already. So I'll be able to see how that works out.
Equal access to information at the same time as hearing people get it at the same time as the deaf community in their first language.
Our voice is heard, the right to determine your own life and choice. Move towards the direct payment system, appropriate assessment by people with a disability and equality of service.
Again, using the Martin stage to look at disability drama, Shelley asks why that those that are still alive and continuing the struggle should not just get up and leave and go where disabled activists are appreciated.
I'm 38 and I'm tired. Instead of going to my local primary school 2 minutes away from my front door, I had to endure a 2-hour journey to go to a special school. As I sit here today, there are at least 10 inspirational being a key word. As many people will know, as a disabled person, I get called an inspirational person on a regular basis. I find this fucking bad. All I want to do is live my life and be like everybody else. Maybe travel the world, and who knows, I might end up in Canada. Or who knows where I'll end up. But I want to live my life like everybody fucking else.
Eileen reads from the letters of support from Michael D. Higgins, the President of Ireland.
If the disability rights movement was a revolution, then they were certainly the heroes of this revolution. But their key message was as powerful as it was simple. We the people count, and we want our state to live up to its founding ideals for liberty and justice for all. It is right that you honour them and take great pride in their accomplishments.